Hello, this is Thomas Jockin in New York City.
Hello to you all. This is Lisa Mayoni in Kansas City, Missouri.
Welcome back to day 3 of the TypeWknd post-game talk.
In the series of videos, Thomas and I go over our top 3 talks of the day.
We end each video with the talks we're looking forward to for tomorrow.
Be part of the conversation and share what talk you love most from day 3.
Don't forget to add the hashtag TypeWknd on both Twitter and Instagram. Lisa, you ready to jump in?
Absolutely. I was really excited yesterday for this, and it absolutely didn't disappoint. Kriti Monga's talk, I was excited for it yesterday. Was absolutely fantastic. As a design educator, it was super inspiring, so much joy and so much love around learning about type. She starts with the tools by exposing students to calligraphy. It's not about becoming a calligrapher as much as it's about getting sensitive to the form and spacing and possibilities with those tools. A lot of projects with modular lettering as an approach to make type come more alive. A particular quote that came from her talk: "Tactile play is not just romantic arts and crafts, it gets students intensely engaged." I can't agree more. A few other quotes that caught my attention today. Anahat Kaur offers, "Language is a dialect with an army." That was very provocative. From Pooja and Tanya, "Interpretation is not just instruction, or not instruction, but provocation." And Karen Cheng, ever inspiring, describes one of her type design students at the end of her presentation, basking in the love of type. And Olivia Kane, oh my God. As a design histories nerd, absolute alert here. This was a great example of digging into design that might not be written into the canon, but is very much part of graphic design histories and graphic design contemporary practice. So good. All of my students are going to listen to this one. Thomas, what were your picks from today's talks?
I'm going to definitely double stack on you with Olivia Kane. I think that might be the MVP of talks of the entire conference. I thought it was an excellent talk for a couple of reasons. I think the big note for me was, as in graphic design history, the idea that there's undocumented cultural vectors for things we take for granted, and the traditional history that we're taught in design school just doesn't have an account for it. And this really is a classic example where we need the need for new narratives in history to give a better account of reality. I think that Olivia's talk today was a great showcase of that and the importance of it. And it just gives a better understanding of reality itself. So I think that's why I feel so strongly about it. Moving on, I also love Craig's Baselines Are Overrated. His talk basically talked about the idea of conflicting principles or values coming in collision with each other, and that resulting in a priority hierarchy, and not taking it for granted that you can ask the counterfactuals. What happens if you reverse the priorities, you reverse the considerations? So just in this example, he was asking, does all type have to be on the baseline? The answer is no. And he just used the example of Mistral. The type can basically be aligned along the entry and exit points of a connected script, for example. It doesn't have to rely on an equivalent baseline for every single glyph. Kanwa's talk on navigating client expectations, I also really enjoyed. I love business, and I think it's an important area of design discipline that needs to be cultivated more. And I think his talk was a fantastic foundation for anyone just starting in their careers, or even up to 5 years as a freelancer, as he said himself. I think he walked through a very robust walkthrough of the price points and the methodologies of how you price and design. Even though his talk was talking about the Indian market, I think the ideas behind it could easily be applicable to anyone around the world. So that was a fantastic presentation from my point of view. Before we go, we're going to share now the talks Lisa and I are looking forward to for day 4. I'm looking forward to progressive politics through writing and graphic design, designing the first layered font in Toggle, and type making for the 99%. Why and how we help tens of thousands of creatives get into the font game. Lisa, what talks tomorrow are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to those ones too. Ronnie Janisar's talk on visual variable font specimens sounds really interesting to me. Anna Richards' talk on typography and memes, and Sashi's talk on Tegalu letter forms I'm also interested in as well.
I can't wait to see them all tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us for this post-game chat on TypeWknd.
We will see you tomorrow for day 4, the last day of the conference. See you then.